Hey guys, what's going on? This is Deadly. Well, it's that time again. It's time for us to dive into another brand new status report that was just uploaded to DayZ.com today. This is mainly going to be talking about the beta milestones and also showcasing some cool new features for the 0.62 graphic fidelity patch, which is going to be DayZ 0.62. Let's start off this week by talking about two forum posts that both Hicks and Eugene contributed to on the DayZ forums, which shed some light on beta milestones and also talking about the SQF scripting language. This week, the developers reached an important milestone on the quest for beta. They've completely removed the old SQF scripting language that was clashing with the new ENFUSION engine and internal versions of the game, currently labeled as beta 0.63. This means that from now on, the developers no longer need to focus on legacy modules of DayZ and begin looking to the future. The plan now is to connect all of the new engine modules, technical modules, and data together. Eugene goes on to mention that this doesn't mean that they're close to a beta release, but this is the most significant milestone yet. In a nutshell, the core games engines that most of the development team that have been working on over the past 3 years are finally complete, and now it's time to put them all together and begin bug testing and smoothing out the kinks. As for the current issues with 0.61 such as duping, Apple spamming, and so on, those issues are problems for the older legacy modules. Since the team is currently focusing on the future and not the past, most of the current bugs and issues with the legacy system will not be fixed, so there's no need to focus on putting band-aids on the issues. The primary goal is getting DayZ to beta. This doesn't mean that 0.63 will be bug-free, but it represents the largest technological change in DayZ, even bigger than the renderer. At PAX East this year, there will be a playable version of 0.62 at the Astro booth, showing off the progress of the visual overhauls of Wild Chernarus. Sadly, this year, I won't be going to PAX East. I know there's some people that are a little bit bummed about that, but hopefully in the future, next year, I should be there. Mirik mentions that with the legacy scripting language removed from the game, the next step is to focus on the animation systems. The synchronization of the new animation system is complete, but what comes next is the rules to the user actions and to the events performed on the server side. The new player controller is also functioning for melee combat now, and final tweaks on the melee animations are being done by the developers. Now for the biggest part of the update, it's Adam with the graphical fidelity changes in 0.62, and goes on to mention that this is not just visual changes, it also includes audio changes as well to the Wildlands. This is the biggest change Chernarus has received in the past years, going back to the Arma 2 DayZ mod days. They've also created a forest generation tool to help recreate Chernarus woodlands using Blender technology. The most important thing for the new forest is to have enough trees. There will be 6 different templates for each of the tree species. This means 3 times more models than the old one. And here's an example of a set of European beech. Now, like the last status report, they were discussing the colorization features. This enables developers to change the colors of the trees slightly to achieve a little bit more of an autumn feel, so not every tree is in the same stage of color change. Kind of makes the forest feel a little bit more alive. There will also be 8 forest textures, allowing the developers to greatly increase the variety on the ground level. And now the primary focus is to ensure that all these changes that they made won't cause new performance problems. With all of the changes, they have doubled the amount of objects on the map to 2.6 million objects. Links to both the status report and the forum posts by Brian and Eugene will be included in the description box below. I highly recommend going to those locations and reading it yourself, and also checking out the DayZ forums and contributing to the discussion. That is all the information that we have this week. I'm going to be finishing up this video giving my take on current 0.61 and just how it's feeling as a game. Now, at the beginning of 0.61, you guys seen my videos. It was functioning so well and I was so optimistic, and obviously since then things have changed quite drastically and they've hit a number of roadblocks, to say the least. And you know what? I'm happy that in this status report we get to see the bigger picture, and a few people came to me and said, Deadly, the status report didn't really contain much information and we didn't learn that much more. But for some reason, with the forum posts, especially from Eugene and Brian, especially Eugene's forum post, letting everybody know that this game is pretty much done, and the version that you guys are playing doesn't even compare to all of the modules put together. Like, you guys are playing still like a Arma 2 / DayZ standalone game. Like, you haven't seen or experienced the actual true standalone game yet. And I can see that with all of the old legacy modules from the Arma 2 DayZ mod days, they are still very much in the game. So to see what the game actually looks like now that we've seen some of the dynamic lighting changes, the sound system, the rendering engine, I can't wait to see them all together with the animation system and the player controller and how the vehicles are going to function and the difference between the half body and full body animations, and the graphic fidelity changes look absolutely beautiful, and just re-exploring the entire map from start to finish again is what's really exciting to me. So especially with the woodlands changes, because most of the time in the game you're going to be running around the woods looting hunting stands, hunting shacks, hunting players or animals, building stashes and camps. A large portion of this game is played out in the woods, and it's really nice to see how these changes are going to affect the feel of the game and the immersion, which is one of the things that DayZ has that most other games don't. Now, there's no denying that 0.61 has to be, from a gameplay perspective, one of the most frustrating patches yet. And there's not much that we can do about it. I mean, I can sit here and bitch and complain over and over and over again, but it's not going to make the bugs disappear. I'm not a developer. I don't know how to fix these issues. So I like the game. They're the devs. They're going to have to sort this stuff out. And if they're telling us that in 0.62, well, not 0.62, but in 0.63, once all of these modules are working together, most, if not all, of the core issues are going to be resolved. I'm going to be taking that with a bit of optimism and not pessimism. So we've gotten this far, guys. We're 3 years into development. Don't you want to see how this crazy road ends? Like, what the final or the beginning stages of the final product even looks like. And I'm in here, man, for the long haul. I love this game. It's probably the only game that has captured me this much. So with this status report, I don't know why I just got really excited, and I can't really pinpoint why. But I'm just excited, and I wanted to share that excitement with you guys because it's really starting to look good. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. If you guys are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe for more daily content here. I upload every day, and I stream on Twitch every single day, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Saturday, and Sundays I start at noon. And we do giveaways on Sunday. We give away copies of DayZ Standalone, or if you already own a copy, we give away copies of any game you want of equal value or less. And if you are a Twitch subscriber, you can actually play DayZ with me on Saturdays. So to learn more about that and get involved, go into the link in the description box below, click it, and join the community, hit the follow button, and I'll see you guys during the streams.